Years ago, I used to be a medical sales rep. I'd wear a suit and tie and drive around the country trying to sell medicines. And I hated it. So I quit and I ran away to be a ski bum in the Alps. I spent 5 glorious years amongst the mountains and the lakes and the forests and the snow, and it was incredible. But even over the space of those 5 years, it's been really obvious to see some of the changes. It's been scary. Okay, so obviously the best time to have done something about this was decades ago. The second best time is now. So I'm going to show you three outputs that we can hopefully use to try and lessen our impact on the planet. Let's get started.
Okay, so idea number one. I'm going to create myself an applet that gives me some inspiration for making vegan recipes. Now, I'm partial to a good steak, but research from the University of Oxford shows that cutting meat and dairy products from your diet can reduce an individual's carbon footprint by up to 73%, which is a fairly big number. And I figure if I do that, even imperfectly, a couple of times a week, it's still better than doing nothing. And it's always nice to try new food. So I found this blog, Vegan 8. They create recipes that only have 8 ingredients, and the best part about their website is they have a button that lets you jump to the recipe. So anytime those guys give me a new recipe idea to try, I'm going to send myself a notification from my phone. And one of the reasons I'm using the notification service is I can use this rich notification um, uh, action for the app, which is going to let me give a bit more information. I can say new vegan recipe and check out this recipe for. If I use this title ingredient, I can see from their feed that that's normally the name of the recipe. And now this is the really cool part. This is going to include a link, which is going to open up a page in my browser. So whenever I get that notification, I can swipe it down and I can check to see the recipe right there and then. And yeah, that's one really quick, simple applet idea that we can use to start pushing ourselves towards a more plant-based diet. I know it's not for everyone. Do not flame the comments section. It's just something to try, okay? Number two. So this is a really simple one. What we're going to do is we're going to take the location service and we're going to set this to any time we exit an area. And for that area, we're going to use our house. So I'm just going to be a bit more vague, but you can really kind of dial that in, get it a bit more localized, so it's when you leave your front door as opposed to when you leave somewhere in the vague vicinity of the street you live on. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to add an action of I'm going to use LifeX because I've got LifeX bulbs, and whenever I leave the house, I'm going to turn the lights off. It's as simple as that. Turn off all lights, do it instantly, create that action, and that is really all there is to it.
Okay, so you might be looking at these applet ideas so far and thinking, hey, Andy, that's great, but I'm already vegan, or I have no interest in going vegan, or I don't have any smart devices and I don't want to add to my carbon footprint by buying any because, let's face it, that means that those devices have to get manufactured and shipped from somewhere where you could be using your old devices until the end of their lifespan and then recycling them correctly. And you know what? That's a great idea. You might also be looking at this and thinking, hey, why are you pushing the responsibility onto the consumer? In 2017, the IPCC revealed that just 100 companies are responsible for 71% of global emissions, and in 2019, data showed that just 20 firms were responsible for a third of all carbon emissions. And you know what? You'd be right. So let's do something about that as well.
So, what are you going to do? Well, create an applet. That's what. So most countries will have an RSS feed of bills going through their parliament. In the US, you could probably even use the ProPublica service, but I'm going to use an RSS feed from the Houses of Parliament because I'm in the UK. And what we're going to do is every time this feed mentions climate, mentions a keyword, we're going to trigger our applet. What this applet is going to do is we're going to send an email to our local MP or local politician. And this is one of the best ways that we as individuals can help enact change. We need to be pushing our governments towards making the right decisions so that we can actually make a dent on this thing. Um, This is a fairly basic output, but it's something that could have a large impact. And if you just think, if you're sending an email to your local politician every time that climate is mentioned in a bill, every time that the environment is mentioned in a bill, um, eventually at some point they're probably going to get quite annoyed with you, and they're at least going to have to engage with the subject. They can't ignore you. They can't ignore one of you. They can't ignore a bunch of us when we do this. So yeah, let's give it a try.
So I hope those applets give you a little bit of an idea of how you can use IF to make your lives a little bit greener this Earth Day. Remember, through the 22nd, there's still a chance to win a year's worth of IF Pro and for 100 trees to be planted in your name. We're running that every day. There's a chance for someone to win every day. So for a chance to win, you need to create an environmentally themed applet. Email the applet link and a description to earthday@if.com. And then bonus points as well for if you create a YouTube video demonstrating how it works. And remember, you can also have a chance to win by simply commenting your idea of an eco-friendly applet on a video on the IFT YouTube channel. We'll be checking the comments, and we're really looking forward to reading them. Yeah, have a great Earth Day. And if you're waiting for something to do until then, or you need a bit more inspiration, check out my friend Ben's video for more.